Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome to another day of BRIMNES. Today we're going to organize my bookshelf as well as do a book tour so you can see our collection. It's not very big because if you're new here, my partner and I moved from Australia to Finland 6 years ago and we couldn't bring any of our books with us. We collected, so many books, now 30 years alive, but we couldn't bring any of those across with us except for some specific books for when I was doing my PhD. They're not on this bookshelf, I keep them put away, but yeah, so we don't have too many books. And then of course, from moving without anything, we were very nervous about buying more physical things for a long time. But now that we've been here for so long and my partner just got permanent residence in Finland, we have been a bit more okay with buying books again. So yeah, we have a small collection and there's still a lot of stuff to come in. There's some things in the mail to come and also a whole collection of books that I haven't bought yet because they're expensive. But I'm gonna leave room for them. But yeah, so the main thing for today is to clean up the bookshelf, get it all ready, get all the essential things out of there because it's become kind of a storage thing for now. So I'm going to clean it all up so it's ready for books and other things to be collected. I've also got some Blu-rays in there too, so we'll see. I had to clean that up today. So it's behind me, it is covered in plushies. So let me just show you for a second. So this is my bookshelf. It also has storage, 2 drawers underneath. And so this is actually 3 of them in a row, and they are from Ikea. I don't know the name of them, but I will look it up before I post this video and put it in the description box if you want to look for the same kind of bookshelf, which has the drawers on the bottom, because we definitely wanted some more storage to go with it. And I got black because we have a black couch and I thought the black finish looked a bit more expensive. I don't know. I was into black at the time. So yeah, there's a couple of shelves that are basically finished and we'll go through them when I do the tour of our collection. But otherwise, I should probably get started on cleaning this thing up and putting stuff away that shouldn't be there anymore. So I'm gonna get started on doing that and organizing everything. Okay, it's technically finished now, but as you can see, it's pretty empty when there are no books in it, but I think it's coming together. Yeah, I have some more books coming that will definitely start filling up that middle shelf. But let's get in closer and I'll show you my collection and what I'm talking about with all of these books. So on the top shelf here, we actually have, well, this is a gift that I got. It was both a birthday and a going away gift from a friend. That's why it has a little image of Adelaide. This is like a postcard of where I came from in Australia. And it still says happy birthday, Jess, from when my friend gave it to me, and I just haven't had the heart to like change it. I think it just looks cute the way it is. And then here we actually have some books. I bought Joe Lycett's art haul in London, and then these books, I-486 Boom, Lancer, and Marty, which is Duncan Jones. My partner got them from Kickstarters, and I think they're graphic novels, maybe. I'm not sure what's actually in them. I've never actually had a look, so, but they're there because they're huge. Yeah, and I think they look cool piled up. And then next to that, we have some of our graphic novels. So first we have some One Piece manga, and I have one more volume that's, well, one more set of 3 volumes that's on my bedside table. Of course, this is going to have to change because we have some more One Piece coming, and we also have some Sailor Moon coming in the mail. So this won't be like this forever, but for now, this is what it's like. And then I have all 7 volumes of Wet Moon by Sophie Campbell, which are my teenage graphic novel favorites. And then I have Nothing Special graphic novel, which was a gift, which was a gift from my birthday from Andre of SPC. And then I have The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. I love this edition. It's so pretty. One of my favorite stories and movies of all time. Love it so much. We're already up it. Let's continue on to the top rows. So I'll move you down. So this row has my Lord of the Rings shelf. I forgot to dust it, so I apologize. I will dust it after this. But the main thing you'll see here is I have some Lord of the Rings playing cards. Again, a gift from my friend Andrea. And then I have a Build-A-Bear Hobbit. Although I left the Hobbit shoes up because I really liked the embroidery on the paws here. And then I just have a all-in-one Lord of the Rings edition paperback. I have this beautiful edition of The Hobbit, which is the 75th anniversary edition. So that's beautiful art by Tolkien, I believe, because he was also an artist. Then I have an awesome, I love this edition of the Silmarillion. It is illustrations by Ted Namzin, and it's got illustrations all the way throughout. And I love Silmarillion. One of my all-time faves. And then here you see I've got a Weta Workshop replica. So I bought it directly from the workshop of the Key of Erebor from the Hobbit movies. It was like 50 bucks. One of their cheapest little replicas, so I asked that for my birthday from my dad, and I love it so much. It's so cute. It does need dusting. I apologize again. Then I have the whole collection of the history of Middle Earth, or sometimes calls Homer. And this has like a ton of stuff in it. Mostly Christopher Tolkien going through all of the notes and all of the like unwritten stuff and all the changes that Tolkien did. I think the most popular volume of this is Morgoth's Ring to read if you're looking for like one volume, but this is all 12 volumes collected here. And then I have, put this out of the way, I have recipes from the world of Tolkien. Beautiful little recipes there. And then I have finally the Atlas of Tolkien's Middle Earth, which is very, very useful, especially when you're reading the Silmarillion, because there's a whole other continent that it's hard to follow where everything is on that continent in the Silmarillion. So yeah, very useful. But that is my Lord of the Rings shelf, and once it's dusted, it is perfect. But I love this so much. It was like the first shelf that I really set up, And of course I love Lord of the Rings. And then getting started on my next big shelf is my Stormlight Archive shelf. And I'm leaving room here on the side for both the new Wind and Truth that's coming in December. I would already have it, I probably already have it by the time you see this video, but I'm filming this in November, so I'm leaving room for the 5th book. And I'm just guessing and hoping that this is the same edition as these ones. It looks like it, but I don't know. And then these across the front are figures from one of the Kickstarters, the minifigure Kickstarter. And yeah, I just thought they were very beautiful. They were bigger than the other minifigs and pre-painted, so they were perfect to display on the shelf. And I'll just show you one thing about these copies. So usually the Stormlight Archives come in two, part 1 and part 2, so 2 books, but they're able to bind both books into one. And this is the UK covers, which I actually prefer. I like how clean they are. And actually Rhythm of War has a beautiful one here, spine. But these also have sprayed edges, and they're sprayed with a quote from the book. Few men have the wisdom to realize when they need help. Fewer still have the strength to get it. That's a very big part of this book, Rhythm of War. But yeah, they all have a different quote on the sprayed edges that are all red, and they're just beautiful little additions. Let me put some of these back. If you want to know the characters, we have Kaladin, Shallan, we have Dalinar, Yasna. This is a spoiler, so we won't go into this one. And we have Seth Son Villano. Seth Son Villano, who wore white the day he went to kill a king. Anyway, but yeah, that is, we're also leaving room because we also did a Kickstarter recently where they did like merch and a different kind of book, and we bought some of the plushies. So we're leaving room for some of the plushies on this because we got, what plushies did we get? We got the pattern ones, of course we got the cryptic, we got Wendell, who's Cultivation, and did we get another one? Oh, I think we got the Stormfather because he looks so cute. So maybe Stormfather will sit up here because he's a bit more general. But anyway, that is the Stormlight Archive bookshelf, and we'll go down lower now. So just below we have a very empty bookshelf, and I have a lot to work on this. This is going to hopefully be the Mistborn bookshelf. We will see if we can fit both eras between these two bookshelves within this shelf. But this is a, ended up getting the Mistborn like loot crate that he did during Year of Sanderson, and has really cool bookends of Vin here, as well as, I guess that's a, what's his name? One of those dudes. Anyway, Inquisitor, I can't remember. It's been a while since I read Mistborn. Anyway, I got these because they're black and some black. So my thought was I was going to get some red cardboard paper and put it behind on the backing here, because Scadrial has a red sky in Mistborn. So that's what I was thinking, then they would actually like stand out a bit more. But again, we're going to get all the UK covers and they're all white, so I think that'll be okay too. And then we also in that box got a little Sunni pup, so cute, and he's he goes in and out, so you can have either Sunni pup that you want. I should have put him inside out during Halloween, but for now I keep him a normal Sunni pup. If you've read Mistborn Era 2, you'll understand Sunni pup. But we're soon going to have a lot of Brandon Sanderson plushies, which is fun. Moving along, got nothing in here. I've also ordered 2 copies of Yumi and the Nightmare Princess from Brandon Sanderson, which will probably go here. I bought the UK hardcover edition because I love the cover the most, but I also went on to his sale on Light Day, and I bought the Kickstarter edition because it had all the illustrations, so that'll probably go there. You see what I'm planning to put in some of these places. Let me lean you down a bit. Alright, this one's a bit more a mess. Forgive the burger cup. That's just to keep these books up until we can fill this shelf. But this is actually full of dye, as you can see here, so this can stay here for now, but for now it's just keeping books up until I can fill this shelf properly. So let's go through this one. We have Painting in Proust, which I got in London, which is about all the paintings and art that's within the Proust books. Then we have some more graphic novels that Andrea gave me for my birthday. And this one's so funny because it's written by the MCELROYs. And we used to listen to the MCELROY podcast and watch their monster videos. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's a MCELROY book. I didn't even know they made a graphic novel, so I'm excited for that. Our favorite thing ever is to quote the picture an egg.
Like, if you have it, imagine an egg.
Okay, wait, give me a second. Give me a second. Let me get there.
Let me imagine an egg. Hold on. Yum!
Okay.
And then she also gave me this one called Hooky. Looks really cute. I'm definitely going to be picking more of these up over the year as I read. She also gave me The Princess and the Grilled Sandwich. Looks really adorable. Look, Andrea gave me a bunch of books this birthday. So I'm excited because I pretty much never pick up graphic novels, really. Then Locke got these books while we were in London. Phoenix Extravagant and The Tatami Galaxy. I talk about those books in my London haul if you're interested. From London, I also bought The Adventures of Amina Al-Safari. And look, it's already, I read it, so look, it's kind of destroyed. The foil and the spine, and it's kind of disheveled. But she's been read. She's a read girly. And I gave that 4.75 stars, if you wanted to know. It was almost a perfect 5-star, but there were parts of the book where I felt like, hurry up, please. I'm a little bit, meh. Like, it wasn't boring, but I was like, I don't care that much about this part, so it got knocked down a quarter, only a quarter. And then I also bought The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence, which is on my list for next year to read. And the other side is very random. I have a little copy of Persuasion, which I want to reread. It's a really pretty little copy. And then I think all of these books, maybe not that one, all of these books, no, this one is that we actually brought from Australia, the Daedalus Book of Finnish Fantasy, because I thought, well, I kind of want to keep this book and bring it with me to Finland, you know. But the rest of these, I'm pretty sure were given to my partner by their cousin. Their cousin lives in England and he writes, I think he actually writes fantasy himself. I don't know if he's published or tried to be published, but he's super into reading a lot of fantasy, so we have some from him. And I haven't looked at any of these yet, but maybe one day I'll pick them up. Julian May, The Many-Colored Land, will eventually rival The Lord of the Rings. That kind of didn't happen. That could be interesting. Then we've got, oh, this one's upside down. We got Kate Forsyth, The Witches of Eilinan. So I'll check that one out. I'll eventually just pick these up and read them, I think. We have Stephen Donaldson, Lord Fowl's Bane. As you can see, these are well loved and read too. And then, what's this one? The Belgariad Pawn of Prophecy. David Eddings. This cover looks very, I don't know, it looks kind of middle grade to me, but we'll have a look. I'll look up these books actually because I want to see what they're about. And then, I don't know why we have this, but it's Star Wars, Rise of the Empire. I think this is apparently a good one of stories from Star Wars, but I don't know, they're Locke's books. So, yeah, so that is the middle lot of shelves. Right. This is a mess of a shelf too, and don't mind this Hello Kitty bookrest. I'm gonna get a real, like, nicely put together one instead, like a low level one. I'll probably just look on Amazon, but I did want to display the cover of this graphic novel or comic. It's The Expanse Dragon Tooth, and it's just, I think this cover is beautiful. And look how skinny they are on the side. So I feel like I should display one. That's the second one, and this is volume 1. And I have volume 3 coming in the mail, and I think that's all of them. So I'm looking forward to reading these as little extra Expanse goodies. If you want to know how these fit into the Expanse reading, these are actually TV canon, and they're based between the time jump between where the TV show ends and also where book 6 ends, and where the next set of books begins, which they haven't made into a TV show. So yeah, this is sort of like the missing time jump of 30 years. And then I have Chaton. What's this? Oh, it's a little cat coloring book that my mother-in-law sent me for one birthday. And then we have a little Finnish pocket dictionary. And then we have a travel book of Scotland that my mother-in-law sent us. And then here I just have a book about Phantom Manor from Disneyland Paris. I don't know, I thought it looked kind of pretty. But I feel like I've seen prettier books now. And then here we just have our tiny little Blu-ray collection and our vacuum cleaner. With the complete collection of Psych, which includes all 3 movies. So glad. I got the Baz Luhrmann collection, but I don't know why Australia is in this. I've never actually watched Australia, but I got this for the Red Curtain trilogy, Moulin Rouge, Romeo and Juliet, and Strictly Ballroom. You've probably seen the first 2, but if you haven't seen Strictly Ballroom, you really should. It's so Australian. It's about ballroom dancing. It's so good. It's one of Baz's first films, I think. And then we have Young Frankenstein. Sorry about the glare. One of my all-time favorite movies that's like on no streaming, so I bought it. Then I got the 4K edition of Doctor Strangelove, which I just saw a stage adaptation of in London. So obviously I watched that before we went to London. I got the 4K edition of 2001: A Space Odyssey. One of my favorite movies of all time. Look, I'm a Kubrick girly, okay? Then I got the 4K version of Total Recall. Another one of my favorite movies. I love a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, I'll be honest. And then I have the Twin Peaks, The Return season. So this is and I saved this from Australia because it's so cool. But yeah, this is the 3rd season of Twin Peaks when it came back in, 2017, which we watched as it came out. One of the best things I've ever watched in my life. I definitely recommend Twin Peaks to everyone, including The Return. Episode, oh gosh, which episode is it? 8 or 6? Is one of the best episodes of TV of all time. Anyway, so that's that weird little shelf. Now I have more of a complete shelf here with some beautiful hardback editions. So first we have the first 3 books in the of The Expanse. They've only released 3 books in this edition. I don't know if they're going to do any more, but technically I'm okay with only having the first 3 because I feel like although there are 3, 6, 9, there are 9 books, they're like a collection of trilogies. So this is the first trilogy, and we just showed this one because I love the pink. But look at that. Gorgeous. Love it so much. What does it look like underneath? Oh, it has the pink hardback on there. That looks really cool. So I display that one. And then the other 2 are sprayed like so. So if you showed the sprayed edges, it'd be a beautiful little pink rainbow. Which I think would be so fun if they did the rest of the editions, because they'd be like, you could make a whole sprayed rainbow, which is kind of fun. And I got these from, I can't remember, Orbit, I guess. And then we got a hardcover of Dune. This is 152 out of 500 copies. So beautiful. Looks like this. We just keep it in the pink because it looks pretty, but let me just show you. I'm very awkwardly filming this. A gorgeous edition of, and it's gold, of Dune. So let me just put that back in. I think there's I put it the wrong way. I like showing the pink Anyway, a beautiful book. And then I just have a paperback of June, which I bought at the bookstore here, an academic bookstore in Helsinki. Because this is originally how I was going to try and read it. And I really struggled, so I ended up getting my partner already had the Kindle books. So we just have that anyway, part of the collection. Alright, so some of these, I think a couple of these are my partner's books. Again, we have Dream Fossil, The Complete Stories of Satoshi Kon, one of the all-time greats of my anime. If you haven't watched any Satoshi Kon films, you definitely should. Perfect Blue and Paprika are just chef's kiss. Then we have 6 Wakes by Mer Lafferty, which I'm going to read next year. It's on my list, my TBR. And we have The Sands of Saravasti by Risto Isomaki. I assume we have this because it's a Finnish writer, and Locke has been trying to collect some more Finnish writers. So try that one out too. And then we have a special hardback edition of Ancillary Justice by Anne Leckie. This is my partner's favorite book of all time. And it's very beautiful. You just get the red. What does it look like underneath? Oh. You're going to make desperate, hopeless act of defiance. You should make it a good one. This is on my list to read. Actually, hopefully this November, while I'm filming this, one of the next books I want to pick up. And then here we have our 2 hardcover editions of Garth Marenghi. We have Teratome, and these are signed by Garth Marenghi, which is a pseudonym for the actor Matthew Holness. Garth Marenghi is not real, but don't worry, he's not real. But we also have Incarcerat. Again, I bought a signed copy of that one, and those are beautiful. I like the foiling of the blue and the sort of pinkish red. And that's about it for the book collection. On this lot, we have all of our board games. And I think I actually saved Star Wars Rebellion from Australia, because that one is hard to get. We've played it once and it took 5 hours, so it's a big game. It's kind of fun. If you want a really big Star Wars game, Rebellion is you're literally playing like the first movie, and one of you, and you can like team up. So one of you is the Rebellion, and I think you can have multiple people be each side. But one of you is Rebellion, one of you is the Empire, and the Rebellion has to hide the Death Star plans, and then you search like the galaxy for it and fight each other. Anyway, I won in the end. The Empire crushes all, but anyway. Locke ended up hiding it on Tatooine, which I thought was the last place I looked, because why would you go and hide it on Tatooine? But anyway, we got a whole bunch of board games there. And then at the bottom, so I'm still struggling with these 2 shelves because Heidi can jump up here. So they need to be filled so she doesn't jump up them, our cat. But she does have a toy box here, and it's very cute because she'll sit up here and she'll dig in the toy box and take toys out. So I'm torn about that one. And here is actually our pile of books that we are unhauling. So I guess I can show you some of the books that we're unhauling. I'm unhauling Rachel Bloom, I Want to Be Where the Normal People Are. I just read it a while ago and I did enjoy it, but I don't think I really need it anymore. We're also unhauling Raymond E. Feist, Magician. I think Locke decided to unhaul this just because he didn't think he needed the paperback, and he has this on ebook, I think. He has read it though, I think, and he enjoyed it, but I don't know. It's here. I'm unhauling Legends and Lattes. I really love this cover, and I kind of fell into the hype. But this book was not for me. I originally gave it 3 stars on Goodreads, but I should have given it 2, now that I think about it. Yeah, I don't know. This is not for me, and I won't get into my rants about it. It's not that it's cozy fantasy, it's because I think it wastes being cozy fantasy, but I won't go into it. Then we're also unhauling this Star Wars book. I think Locke's just unhauling all of the Magician series because they're reading it on ebook, and I think they thought that they didn't really need the physical books. I'm unhauling Ray Carson, The Girl of Fire and Thorns. I got this when I originally started back into reading books, but I'm pretty sure it's YA, and I don't really want to read YA anymore. And then I am unhauling the paperback of The Way of Kings Part 2, because I bought this before those hardcovers came out, and the only book in stock at the local bookstore, academic bookstore, was Part 2. Literally all of other Brandon Sanderson's books were gone. So I bought Part 2 because I thought, oh, one day I'll get Part 1 and we'll start collecting. But then the hardcovers came out. So I'm going to haul this right now. It feels bad to unhaul it because it's only Part 2, but maybe someone out there only has Part 1. But yeah, so we need to go take these away. There's actually bookshelves that you can take from and leave books in at my partner's place of work, so we'll probably just take those there. That is everything for my bookshelf. Okay, before we finish up this video, I wanted to show you my last lot of books that I have that I keep in a different place, not on my bookshelf. I guess I could put them out on my bookshelf now, but these are the books from my PhD that I still have. So I thought if you want to see all of my books, I will show you. So this is the book in which I am published in. It is British and Irish Religious Orders in Europe. And this was based on a conference that I presented in. So let's have a look. I can't remember where I am in this book. It's been a long time since I've looked at it. Oh, there I am. Is my I'm All Good and Fill All Places, Mystical Space and the Effective Atmosphere in a 17th Century Convent. That is my book. And then up here, Lawrence Lux Sterrett, she is one of the people who marked my PhD and passed me. So that was super cool to be in a book, so I had to keep that. Then this is one of my, this is Early Modern Emotions in an Introduction. And this is the methodology part, like, this is important to my methodology. I did early modern history and I looked at the history of emotions, so there's a lot of, like, important work in that one. And then this is part of my methodology too, Emotional Communities in the Early Modern Ages by Barbara H. Rosenwein. And yeah, one of my chapters used emotional communities as its main methodology. Then this is Claire Walker, Gender and Politics in Early Modern Europe, English Convents in France and the Low Countries. Claire Walker was my main supervisor, and her book was on sale for like $10, which is, if you've ever bought an academic book, they are very expensive, like probably always over $70 each. So yeah, I had to steal, it was a steal, I had to buy it, and me and everyone else who was supervised by Claire bought her book. So I'm happy to have that in my collection. Then we have Mechthild of Magdeburg, The Flowing Light of the Godhead. And this was the primary source I used for my honors thesis. So I actually did this was German medieval mystic, Mechthild. And I switched to early modern English after in my PhD because you need the language. And I didn't know like High German, Low German, or Latin. But this is what I used in my honors thesis. As you can see, it was well loved. And I got first class honors for that, so very happy. And then this was my main prime source for my PhD, English Convents in Exile, Life Writing 2. And as you can see, put my name in it, because she's my girlie. So this is part of a series of books, but this particular one is, now look, skipping. The short collections of the beginning of our English monastery of Theresans in Antwerp with some few particulars of our dear deceased religious. So this was my convent, and this was their history that they compiled. I think they compiled this in the 18th century, but I stuck to the 16th century parts. As you can see, yeah, She's annotated with very silly little, I have top annotations and side annotations, but I did spend 4 years in this book, but I can't let her go because she's important to me. And I also actually saw a handwritten copy of this that's over 500 years old, held in an archive in England. So that was very special. But yeah, so those are my like little PhD books that I actually brought from Australia. Some of the only books that I brought. But I thought I'd show you literally all of my books and I guess do a humble brag about being published. But yeah, that is everything. Alright guys, that is the bookshelf all organized. And you can see all of my books. Here's my cat. I just love to show her off when I can. She wants biscuits right now. But look, oh, she's looking at you guys. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed organizing my bookshelf with me and just going through my book collection. One day we could do an updated one with when it's full with lots of books. You know, I've got like, I want to get all of those Mistborn books. I've got the 2 Yumi and the Nightmare Painter books coming. I've got a hardcover of The Witch King. Not The Witch King. Witch King coming as well. Oh my god, she's all like, let me go. And I just edited the footage back and I apologize for my posture. I've been told my whole life, so I'm always like, I'm tall, but I also love to sit at the front of the class. So I was always crouched down. But anyway, we all just surviving out here. But that is my bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed it on this day of Planmas. Don't forget that there are lots of videos this month, 25 days of Planmas. There's videos already past and there'll be videos still to come. There is a playlist here on my channel, so go and check that out if you've missed any videos. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. I love you. Bye bye.